Hello. Hi. Minute early. I'm a minute early, so let's see if who comes on. I'm Francine with Stamp Scrap Go, and I noticed that my Wilson is lowercase. I need to fix that. Okay. Today we are going to work with Sweet Strawberry Bundle and the delightful, very delightful designer paper, which was part of the celebration. Now, you don't need to use this paper. You can use any paper that you want. I'm going to go ahead and switch down to my desktop. And you can see the colors that we're going to use are Petal Pink, Granny Apple Green. I'm not going to use the Real Red. I was going to, but I'm not going to use that. And Mossy Meadow. And we're using the Petal Pink Light and Dark blends. And the Sweet Strawberry Punch, which is a punch builder. And the Sweet Strawberry stamp set. So you can see it's two-step stamping aside from this. And it is photopolymer, so we will be using a piercing mat. So this is the paper that I'm using. I'm going to use a piece of this and the back side of the one with the raspberries. Actually, they're blackberries. The back side, which is this right here, and I'm using this paper right here. So you don't need to use this, but if you have it, it's going to be wonderful. All right, let me get rid of that. And let's get started. I have two simple cards that we're going to make. They're both done on 4 1/4 by 11. 4 1/4 by 11 paper stock. So I'm using thick basic white, and I'm crisping up. All right, so I'm going to have my paper so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm using Granny Apple Green first. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the oh my goodness, my brain is not working. I'm going ahead and stamp this a couple of times. Around the page. And there. And then I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to use Mossy Meadow. clean my stamp off. Okay. And then we're going to use Mossy Meadow. And I'm trying to keep my my vines from on the edges so that it looks like they're hanging. Okay. So I'm not two-step stamping on this. There is no two-step for the branching. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is stamp some of these flowers, full strength in and around just trying to get them around the paper, and then we'll stamp off with the fill. And actually I'm going to take that off. And oh, I double stamped. Okay, let's get a small one in here, and we'll clean those off. And you can tell I use this a lot. Okay, and so here is the fill. I have one on either side. So let's go ahead and we'll stamp off. And it's nice because you can see through. Let me bring you a little closer. There you go. It's nice because you can see through the stamps and you can see where you're putting got one more small one and a couple of big ones. And there you have it. Okay, so that is pretty much all we're going to do. And then we're going to color in with the dark petal pink. This is dark petal pink. We're going to give some shadows in here. And I'm gonna let it sink in quite a bit. Now you have to remember this is going to show on the other side, so I'm trying to do it lightly. What you can do is you can leave them white if you like, or you can add another layer of maybe some designer paper on the inside. but because this is so light, it may not show through. I didn't even look to see on my sample how it came through. Okay, so it is showing through a little bit. We can solve that issue. Okay, so let me find my hello there. I am going to stamp that in Petal Pink as well, and I'm stamping it all over. Because I want to say hello there. Oh, I got another blank spot. And that is the first card. Quick, easy, done. And like I said, you can put something on here if you like, but that's quick and easy. And on the inside, you can put, and what I did was, I did use the Mossy Meadow. I put happy birthday. And you want to make sure that you're lining your edge up with the crease. Happy birthday, you sweet thing. So now I have 2 cards for birthdays. That's card number 1. Okay, card number 2. That is going to be an interesting card. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Blackberry Bliss, and we are going to bring in the Big Shot. First, before we do that, we're going to put this on the front. And I'm using a lot of tape because I want it to stick down really well. Okay, so I need to make sure where I'm at. And I'm using 3 sides to make sure that I'm getting the right border. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the Big Shot. And what we're going to do is we're going to center this on the front. And that is the largest layering ovals. And layering ovals are not going to be in the new catalog. So if you want them, you need to get them now. I do believe they might be on sale. And then what you can do is save these 2 pieces for a later use. I need to put this somewhere where it won't get lost. Right there. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get rid of that for the moment. And then what we have is, this is So this is 4 1/4 by 11. This is 10 3/4 by 4. So when it goes inside, that's what it's going to do. It's going to go inside. Okay? So what we want to do is we're going to trace lightly with a pencil where our oval is. Okay? We're going to put that aside and we're going to stamp. Let's see. I used hello there. We're going to stamp this again, and we're going to stick with using, now this is going to be tricky, okay, because we're going to use Petal Pink and the Mossy Meadow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my flowers, got my flowers with the Petal Pink, and going to get my leaves and stems I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing, but and that's how we're going to get the multicolor. So then I'm just going to, oh, I forgot my piercing pad. Hopefully it did an okay. There we go. Well, I've kind of lost my leaf. Let's see if I can get that lined up. Excuse my head. Well, let's do this. We'll flip it. We'll flip it. Oh, we can't do that. All right, so we're going to get another piece. Bear with me. Bear with me. Because I messed up. So let's get this out of the way. All right, so it needs to be 4. And it needs to be 10 3/4. So we're going to open this up and we're going to cut a 1/4 inch off. And that's all it takes. All right, we're going to try that again. Oh, and we need to score at 5 3/8. Okay, so let's try that again. We're going to turn this over, get our border all the way around, flip it, do our light pencil, and we can erase that. All right, now we're going to try this again. So what we're going to do is get the flowers get the flowers, set that aside, and then do the leaves. I don't know, can you see what I'm doing? I'm just barely touching, and I think I got some green. There we go. So I'm setting those aside, and we're going to stamp and hold it for just a second. Okay, and we're going to do that once again. Okay, once again. And we're going to hang this one from this side. Okay. And I shouldn't have done with the flowers, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. And then, okay, let me find my eraser. Oh, goodness. There it is. So we're going to erase the pencil mark. And we're going to go ahead and, since I smeared it a little, let me get my little fancy eraser out here. Get rid of that. Okay, so we're going to make sure that that crease is good, and we're going to go ahead and crease this now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this inside here. Okay, so what we need to do, let me make sure that I got that crisp. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tape up the long sides, and we're going to make sure that we have three-sided border evenly, and then close that, give it a push, and then we do the tape on either side. And there you have pretty little picture and the inside ready to go. Okay, now that's not all. We have to stamp a sentiment, and we have to create our strawberry. So I'm using this paper, the seeded side. And we're gonna toss that away, and then I'm going to use this scrap piece of Pear Pizzazz and get my topper. So I wanted you to see how we were going to use the and I have, give me a sec. Okay, so I need to stamp the topper. Excuse my head. Sorry, didn't mean to put my head all the way in there. And our sentiment is going to go in Mossy Meadow as well. And that is thank you. Oh, you know what? I forgot to have a piece of my Blackberry Bliss. I thought I had all the pieces. So this is going to get cut with the Stamparatus. And let me get a Blackberry Bliss. Scrap, which I thought I had. Let me make sure this will fit. Yep. All right. So we're going to use a glue dot to attach. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Mary. We're going to use a glue dot to attach the topper to the strawberry. Oop, I need my tweezers. I'm just not. There we go. And we're going to put a dimensional on that because that is going to go, and we're going to need the dimensionals in a minute. So let's go ahead and bring the Big Shot back in. And we're going to cut our sentiment and our ruffle. And we want to make sure this is centered. There we go. Gets away from you. Okay. Let's put this over here. And we'll get back to putting the card together. Okay, so this is all the pieces parts. And this gets put on with seal. And we're going to make sure that it is all the way around, even. Try to anyway. And then put some dimensionals on the back of it. And then we're going to hang our strawberry off our vine. And put our thank you up here. And then I keep putting away my ink. And then because we have so many layers, we're just going to go ahead and do That Was So Sweet of You, and give it just a few seconds for it to make sure that all the ink has gone in. And those are the two cards. So that is with the Sweet Strawberry. It's found on page 44, and you can see there's some other 3D designs and other interesting little pictures and samples. Now this will be in the new catalog. So let me get that. Strawberry bundle comes with a punch and the stamp set, and you'll save 10% when you purchase together. So let's go up here, and I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed learning how to do the cards. I will put them on my blog so that you can get all of the measurements and all of the details on how to create these cards. Thank you for oh, let's see. There we go. It's kind of glary. I'm trying to figure out how I can get rid of this glare, but I'm not having much luck. But thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the cards. Have a great rest of your day.